Okay, so you all know that I've been making probably about one video a week because of other things going on, but I just had to stop and make this video talking about the new Activision Blizzard deal with Xbox and how Xbox completely destroyed Sony and their counter arguments with what's happening with the CMA, the FTC, and all these regulators that are going across the industry. And trust me, this is insane. I mean, we even have Gabe Newell from Steam coming at Sony and kind of calling them out at the same time. There's a lot of information here, so I'm just going to get right into it. So let's do this. Alright, so you know the drill. If you like the content, hit that subscribe button and that like button. And if you want to be notified on future videos, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go the extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. All the support is greatly appreciated. Alright, so you know that I've been covering this Activision Blizzard deal a lot because, to be quite honest with you, Blizzard is my favorite, and I truly mean my favorite developer of all time. I love World of Warcraft, I love StarCraft, I love Warcraft, and every game they bring out is kind of a banger. So they are my favorite developer, and for the last several years, I've wanted them to kind of get out of the rut that they're in and bring out maybe some new IPs or kind of revitalize some IPs like Warcraft, and I'm happy that Microsoft is actually going to grab them because they could probably pull them out of that rut that I've been talking about. Yet, we know that it's going to be a very big uphill battle for Microsoft to acquire them. And yet it's Sony that is the one that's combating this. And it's Sony that's trying to stop this as much as possible. And we just talked about a 10-year deal that was going to happen with Sony, and yet they turned it down for Microsoft. And so now there's a lot of things going up in the air. Yet it's Phil Spencer, Microsoft, Brad Smith, and Steam just completely destroying any argument they have. Here's what Phil Spencer had to say. Microsoft has entered into a 10-year commitment to bring Call of Duty to Nintendo following the merger of Microsoft and Activision Blizzard King. Microsoft is committed to helping bring more games to more people however they choose to play. I'm also pleased to confirm that Microsoft has committed to continue to offer Call of Duty on Steam simultaneously to Xbox after we have closed the merger with Activision Blizzard King. Now, this is a massive, and I mean massive, blow to Sony's argument, because Nintendo, who is one of the leaders in the industry, is signing a deal with Microsoft to get Call of Duty on their platform. You know, a platform that never had Call of Duty on it. So Microsoft's going to be taking one of the biggest franchises, putting it on one of the most popular consoles in the Switch or Nintendo, and that's all she wrote. And they talk about even opening it up for PC with Steam. So they're going to put it on a platform, or the biggest platform on PC, and one of the biggest platforms in gaming, because they want Call of Duty to go everywhere. This single-handedly destroyed Sony. Honestly, there's nothing else we could say about it. It took them out. It took the legs out from under them, and it absolutely flattened any argument they had with the FTC and the CMA and whoever else they have across the industry. Because if Nintendo's signing the deal and they've been extremely profitable without Call of Duty, and have been one of the leaders in the industry without Call of Duty, what are they going to do with Call of Duty? That is, to me, a massive thing. Now, let's go over to Brad Smith, who said this on Twitter. Our acquisition will bring Call of Duty to more gamers and more platforms than ever before. That's good for competition and good for consumers. Thank you, Nintendo. Any day Sony wants to sit down and talk, we'll be happy to hammer out a 10-year deal for PlayStation as well. Another blow to their argument. This is something that's been going on for far too long. I mean, this is almost basically a checkmate. Let's be real. Sony has been fighting. They're like 3 years isn't enough and 10 years, blah, blah, blah. They just don't want to sit down with Xbox and hammer out a deal because they just don't want this deal to go through because they're afraid that they'll become obsolete. In reality, they're the leaders in gaming. They have the most consoles sold. They sell the most units in games. They are up there in revenue. And even if Microsoft and Xbox buy the Activision Blizzard King, they will still be third place in revenue when it comes to gaming. That's how big Sony is, and that's how big Nintendo is. And to be quite honest with you, that's how big Steam is on the PC platform. People are not understanding that. Yet it's Xbox who are kind of coming at them saying, why are we even talking to Sony if we're the ones putting the $70 billion down to buy this massive publisher? Which is something that Tom Warren said that Phil Spencer mentioned right here. Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer says Sony is spending more time with their regulators than they are with us to try and get this deal done for 10 years of Call of Duty on PlayStation. I mean, how savage is this marketing campaign on social media right now? We all know that the FTC, we all know that these regulators are looking into this, and it's yet Microsoft out talking publicly about it and being transparent beyond belief. Now, I know they weren't transparent with the $70 price hike. I know they weren't transparent for some things, but for this deal, they've been very transparent because they just want it to go out. They want this deal to be done, and I think we're getting closer and closer to this being over because Sony has no leg to stand on. If Nintendo's signing a 10-year deal, if it's going to be on every platform other than yours because you just don't want to sit at a table and hash out a deal, or because you want to keep money hiding certain things in Activision Blizzard, that's not an excuse for somebody not to buy them. They do not have to do anything for your platform. In fact, this 10-year deal almost seems like a nice little gesture that Microsoft is doing just so the regulators can get off of their backs and so Sony can get off their backs. That's what I'm thinking. And I want to talk about Gabe Newell, who is, basically the god at Steam. Let's see what he has to say. Gabe Newell telling Kotaku in a statement, "We're happy that Microsoft wants to continue using Steam to reach customers with Call of Duty when their Activision acquisition closes. Microsoft has been on Steam for a long time, and we take it as a signal that they are happy with gamers' reception to that and the work we are doing. Our job is to keep building valuable features for not only Microsoft, but all Steam customers and partners. Microsoft offered and even sent us a draft agreement for a long-term Call of Duty commitment, but it wasn't necessary for us. We're not believers in requiring any partner to have an agreement that locks them to shipping games on Steam into the distant future. B, Phil and the games team at Microsoft have always followed through on what they told us they would do, so we trust their intentions. And C, we think Microsoft has all the motivation they need to be on the platforms and devices where Call of Duty customers want to be." Wow. This is somebody outside of Microsoft. He has a lot of influence in the gaming industry. He runs Steam. Trust me, Gabe Newell is basically on demigod status when it comes to gamers. And he just utterly backhanded Sony beyond belief. What he's saying here is basically, we don't need an agreement because they're spending the money to buy Activision Blizzard. And if they want to come to Steam, hey, we're open to it. No big deal. If you don't want to be on Steam, no big deal. We'll have other things to make our platform last longer. This is what it's all about. I'm not understanding all these concessions. I'm not understanding why Microsoft has to do all these things to make Sony and appease Sony's little feelings. It doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry, Sony. You took Spider-Man away from every gamer. Spider-Man was a third-party game by Activision that went everywhere. You locked it down, funded it, and you put a second-party team, aka Insomniac Games, on it, and then made it exclusive to your platform, and you took one of the biggest franchises in the world and put it only on your platform. And now you bought Insomniac Games, so now it's a first-party game. What first-party studios outside of Bungie have you bought and then brought the games everywhere, including PC? And I'm talking day and date on PC and other platforms. You've never done it. And that is the whole point of this. Why does Microsoft have to bow down to what you want? And why does anybody, including these regulators, need to even listen to what Sony is doing? I'm sorry, if you're going to compete because you're the number one in gaming right now, Sony, you are. The PlayStation is the number one platform. I'm not going to sit here and deny that. I know that it makes the most money. I know it sells the most units. I know it sells the most games. So why are you needing Call of Duty on your platform if you're already dominating? And we've already went through the numbers Microsoft has. Even if Call of Duty does leave PlayStation, you're still going to be number one in revenue. The reason why you're so irritated is because you love the money that Call of Duty brings, because it funds everything else you do. That's all you care about, is the money. While Microsoft, while they do care about the money and Game Pass and growing their platform, have also put their games everywhere. And a testament to that is Minecraft. And a testament to that is everything else they've built. They've expanded Xbox into PC. I play more on PC primarily because Xbox provides me games on that platform through Game Pass. They've expanded me to play everywhere. I play on my console, I play on my PC a lot, and I even play on my Steam Deck, which I can play my Xbox games on there through Steam. Everything about this just seems kind of sketchy on Sony's side. I'm glad that Gabe Newell is talking about this. I'm glad that everybody else around the industry is talking about this. And I'm glad that Nintendo signed the deal. I'm glad Call of Duty is coming to Steam. And I think it's hilarious that Microsoft completely annihilated them with this marketing campaign because they know that they're meeting with their regulators right now. They're meeting with the CMA, the FTC, everybody across the industry. And things are starting to turn in Microsoft's favor. Now, of course, things can turn. Now, of course, things can change in the this short amount of time, but so far this campaign is insane. And for Gabe Newell of Steam to come out and basically backhand everything Sony's been fighting for makes me laugh across the board because I'm so happy this is happening. Let's hope the Activision Blizzard deal goes through because I'm sick of talking about it, because this deal is the biggest deal in tech. It's one of the biggest deals in gaming. I mean, the biggest deal in gaming. And I just want it to be done so we can start seeing these games come to Game Pass and go to more platforms for gamers to enjoy. Something that Sony should maybe learn a little bit about. But let me know what you think about this. Do you think that Sony's argument is completely flattened now? Do you think they have an argument at all with Activision Blizzard and Xbox? Or do you think the FTC and CMA are kind of cornered with everything that's happening across social media? Do you see gamers actually trying to fight against this? And I'm not talking about the crazy fanboys. I'm talking about gamers in general. Do people not want to see all these games come to Game Pass for a low price? Now, I understand that Game Pass might change in price, but so far it is the best deal in gaming. And do you think we're going to see more games come to Steam, like maybe Diablo and all these other Activision games? Who knows? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button to support us out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also, follow me on Xbox Live. My gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't played anything in a week. I was stuck at work. I've been kind of crazy busy, but I will say I've been jumping into Fortnite a lot. The new season came out. I bought the battle pass. I bought this other quest thing that gave me some skins. I never even owned a skin in Fortnite for the longest time. I'm talking about I've owned my first skin maybe 3 days ago. So I was walking around in stock skin taking people out, and I thought it was hilarious. But now with the new Unreal Engine 5.1 update, I have to say the game looks gorgeous. And I've been playing a lot with my buddy Shady. I've been playing a lot with other people and a lot of my friends. And I have to say this new season got me into the game. I'm really enjoying it. It's going to be one of my staple multiplayer games. I usually jump into Apex Legends or I jump into Call of Duty, but Fortnite's kind of like injected itself in there, so I'm having a lot of fun with that. And then I'm going to be playing God of War Ragnarok. I want to beat that game. I'm, I think, about 15 to 16 hours in it. I'm enjoying it a lot, but right now I love playing with my buddies. I love playing the multiplayer games, and I haven't played anything else. I'm kind of waiting for Midnight Suns to go on sale. I'm waiting for Callisto Protocol to go on sale. Games like that I could wait for because I think they need a couple more patches before they're ready to go. I know people are enjoying them, but I'll jump into those later. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your PC, your Xbox Series X, your PS5, your Steam Deck, your Nintendo Switch? Let me know what you're playing because I love talking games, and that's what we're here for, is to talk games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.